Hey guys, this is Scott doing a learning glass tutorial. I'm going to do my best to walk you through everything you need to know to make this happen. I also did my best to make sure that everything is set up as consistently as possible so that basically you can just plug and play once you start. And so by plugging and playing, I actually literally mean plug this in, right, to this guy right there. And man, it's really hard to record and plug in at the same time. And boom, you're gonna see that there's a series of lights that are showing up on this bad boy, okay? These outer lights here, as you can see, those are to illuminate you. I like to keep this on a medium setting. You don't wanna be blasted, but you also wanna be pretty illuminated, especially so that in post-production, you can set the contrast so that you're illuminated, but the back is super, super dark, okay? And then you're also gonna notice that there's these kind of fluorescent kind of, I don't know, almost looks like UV light. And I can adjust this using this dimmer here, okay? So I'm adjusting that dimmer. You see it gets much brighter, dim, bright, dim, bright. And you can see that that changes how bright the actual writing is on the learning glass, okay? With this guy, I found it is best to have it just starting to show, okay? Because here's the deal. These are very fluorescent colors. It's gonna pop on your video, even if it's not that bright. But if it's too bright, then every little streak and little piece of you know, like marker that you leave on here is gonna show up like you're inside of a nebula in space, okay? So if you keep the ultraviolet light or the actual writing light dim, you can still see the lettering very well, but you're not like blown out by like every little flaw and inconsistency on the glass itself, okay? I will leave this set at the setting that's worked for me. So if you want to change nothing, you can change nothing. Okay, that is that part. Next, you're gonna see that there's two stands here, okay? This is the stand that the learning glass came with, and it actually is supposed to have a little iPad in there. For some reason, and I don't understand why, the iPad does not seem to be framing properly, okay? You're free to use it if you'd like. I'm preferring to use this guy, which actually has just an iPhone. And this I actually brought from home. This is my own personal guy, but I will leave it here for anyone who wants to work on the learning glass. And I actually have it set up to roughly how it frames perfectly with the board, okay? So you're gonna wanna just put this inside this guy here. I'm doing it right now. And yeah, and then you just want to kind of adjust it until the framing is just right. You don't see any of the ultraviolet around the edges, and you only see the black behind it, you know, roughly that. And you can mess around with whatever works best for you. Once you get the framing right, I have a little fellow here, and this is on the other side of it, a microphone. Again, I brought this from home. It's not the one that, you know, came with this, but I do like it. It's very simple and it just clips to your shirt, okay? So I will also leave this here for anyone who wants to use this. You just plug this into the side of the camera, boom, like that. And then you go ahead and plug and play, click record, make sure it's recording and go. Make sure that your phone is charged and that you have plenty of memory, because nothing is more sad than when you just recorded the perfect 15-minute video and you find out that it stopped recording because your phone died or because you ran out of memory and your voice is hoarse and you have to record that same video all over again. It's the worst. Okay, next, you guys are gonna notice that I am in a black shirt. This is extremely important because it will basically blend in with the black background and you can write all over yourself, right? It opens up the space so that there's much more writing potential. So there's that recommendation. The other recommendation that I have is, and it's not even a recommendation, it's a necessity. You absolutely need the lights to be completely off, right? There can't be a shred of light in the room. Otherwise, as you can see right now, you guys can see me in this video. You shouldn't be able to see me because it's not pointing at me, but you do see it because my light is reflecting off the glass screen itself. So if there's any light in the room, you're gonna see the reflection of everything that's back here, okay? And you don't want that. Lastly, one little thing that I've noticed is we have one light culprit over here and that light culprit is there, which I've covered up. Hopefully it stays covered for a while. And then also there's like one little red mysterious dot, a little red dwarf in the corner, if you don't cover up that exit sign. So I cover up that too. Lastly, post-production. Just say a couple things about post-production. You're gonna have to bring it into your computer and flip the screen in there, okay? And then there's two things that I like to do. I guess I can just talk to you this way now. Or maybe just flip no, I'll do it this way, okay. There's a couple things that I like to do post-production that make it really professional and poppy. One is I up the contrast about halfway to maximum. This makes the bright stuff really bright and the dark stuff really dark, and really emphasizes the fact that you're just in this black space, right? There's also one called, so I also reduce the brightness a little bit, just because you can look really bright and pasty because of the lights flashing on you. So I remove the brightness just a little bit. And then there's one called the black point, which I increase about halfway as well. Besides that, if you want to mess around with saturation just a tiny bit, it's not necessary, but I just maybe add just a little touch of saturation to make the writing pop a bit. But besides that, that's my advice. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But I hope this tutorial answers most of your burning queries. Okay, bye.